Elegushi of the Kate Kingdom, Said Ademola, is 46-year-old and recently he celebrated his mother's 70th birthday. It's a great one. Congratulations. Congratulations. But the file of the king has been brought on our table and they want us to look at it. And of course, they expect ladies and gentlemen out there to also comment. Elegushi is a young man. I mean, he's not in his 60s. He's 46-year-old. There is still a lot of strength. He is the king, like the Oluwa of Iwo, who went to the north of Nigeria to pick a wife. You know, when this was brought on this platform, a lot of people reacted to this, and I realized that people have that knowledge. They were able to deduct, they were able to analyze, they saw in between the lines, and they concluded saying these are supposed to be custodians of our tradition, custodians of Yoruba tradition, custodians. That is what that seat, that stool, that kingship is supposed to be. You are not supposed to go looking for women in the north of Nigeria, considering the political and religious, although he's a Muslim, but you know that their own kind of Islam in the north of Nigeria is like that of those countries in the Middle East where a lot of terrible things happen, where they stone people to death, like what happened recently in Sokoto in a college of education where a lady was stoned to death. There's no one in the south of Nigeria that has ever engaged in this terrible, evil, wickedness. That is why I said religion. Now, that being said, kings often will have more than one wives. That is the practice. If you look at the Quran, if you look at the Bible, kings have more than one wives. They have the resources to do all of these things. Now, if a king goes outside to pick a woman in the Bible, there is always this issue. Why have you decided to go to the heathen? Why have you decided to go to the unbelievers? Why have you decided to do this and that? It has always been like that. But if this king went to pick another woman, you know what it is. Particularly if this woman is not a Yoruba woman. And that is where this viral video and this talk that is out there, that is the reason why it is here with us now to look into. Olori Sekinat gave birth to only girls. And both of them have been together before Elegushi became king. And you know how it is when a woman has been with you all through and you eventually catapulted somehow into another realm of wealth, or you now become a king, you become someone who is prominent. That woman believes that she suffered with you. She's been with you all through. Now, I am not going to talk about other people's relationship and say, oh, it was rosy, it was all good. But what we know is that she has been there. When things now became good, you know, as kings, they have access to a lot of things. This king stretched his hand into the north and brought a woman. And you know, Olori Sekinat, the first wife, will not in any way bow. Neither is she going to give up her role as the first wife. And there have been these ups and downs, right, left, and center between both of them. Although certain people try to cover it up and make it look like we are stupid, as if we don't know what happens when you have another woman, particularly if the competition is stiff. You know, when there is nothing, maybe there will be nothing to fight about. But when there is something, there is a lot to fight about. Bringing another woman from the north was too much for Olori Sekinat. And she tries and she makes sure that in every situation, she portrays herself as the rightful owner of that marriage, that man. That other one is just an impostor, the one from the north of Nigeria. So this birthday that the king threw for his mother, you know, there is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. But Olori Shekinat, no one can say what she did is wrong. She decided to dance for her husband. She twerked. She did a lot. She knows the key. She has been there from the beginning. She knows the strength and the weakness of this man. Of course, a new woman might come in. She might be smarter. She might have the ability to read some, but she will not have the knowledge and experience that other woman had all of this while. No, the first woman in the life of that person, let's say they met each other, they were childhood friends, they met each other when he was like 20. Come on, look at it. They've spent so much time together. So there is a lot between both of them. Doesn't matter if they fight every day. There is a lot between both of them. Now, she knows how to key into her husband. She knows the button to press. She knows all of these things. And she needed to showcase that relationship between both of them, like, this is my own. Any other person that steps in is just called spare tires. Of course, spare tires are also important if you have a car, if you know what I mean. Now, some people are saying that the Olori did something that is not supposed to be done, that she was supposed to give space and room or share equally that attention. Why is she twerking? Now, the king, Elegushi, like I said, is a young man. He likes to enjoy himself. Like Yoruba people will say, he's a jaye man. He's a town boy, town man. He knows what's up. He knows all these things. When the wife decided to bend down low, he also decided to do what? Bend down low. He went and complimented the woman's twerking. Like, this is my property. Yes, I can do and undo. But immediately he went on his twerking. He quickly adjusted himself, knowing that he is a king and he wouldn't want that to be put out there on social media. But unfortunately, it is out on social media. Kings are supposed to portray themselves in a more, uptight, some might call it royal, but it is more like an uptight manner. They will not engage too much. They don't go into extreme. But he went because this is his wife. He can do and undo. We live in a different time anyway, and our culture is different. And culture, it changes as time goes on. There are little things that are put into it. There are things that are brought out of it too. And sometimes they even change it totally. So he quickly adjusted himself, and people looked at it and they are like, what is going on? What is happening here? Oba, what kind of dance is this? And I said, there is nothing wrong with this dance. It is great that she took on the role of the first woman and took on the role of the number one, and she went on about it. Even though people are saying, no, this is not right. She's not supposed to do this. Why is the king dancing this way? People are saying, why did she even act like she's the owner of everything? This is something that she's supposed to share. And I'm like, come on, she's the rightful owner. Of course, it is there to be shared according to culture and tradition. But then what do you expect? She knows how to twerk. So she has brought in. So people are saying it's like this man is enjoying the Yoruba vibe. Bringing the other woman is just for politics and to connect to the north of Nigeria for whatever political reasons or whatever it is, or it just felt like, oh, I think I need this one. Don't forget that this man is a very close friend of Olu of Iwo, who we know how he goes about his things. Now, there is nothing wrong in any of these things at all. She gave him the Yoruba vibe, and people are saying it's like this man is beginning to like that Yoruba-ness. What is this Fulani woman going to bring? What is she going to bring on the table? What is the extra that she's going to kind of put? What is that thing that she's going to put into this marriage? What is this new thing that she's going to do? You see what I'm saying? Come on. The king knows that my wife, this woman, we've been together, we've rocked and rolled. The king has not rocked and rolled with this Fulani woman that he brought. Now that he's king, on a good day, that lady would never have married him if he was not king, unless he's so rich. Don't forget that intertribal marriages in Nigeria is not something that is common like that, to even be second wife. Of course, she's a Muslim, she's from the north. This is a tradition that she understands, but it is not just something that she will want to do unless she's just by the way. And you know that these kings don't just go and pick a woman on the street, just a northerner. They go to pick a woman from a royal home or a daughter of one rich person, something like that. And no daughter of one rich person wants to be second wife like that unless there is something to benefit from. So I think no matter what anybody wants to say about Olori Sekinat, no matter what anybody wants to say about her, about the first Olori, she will not in any way 100% accept that second woman. It is just what it is. She is using all of these things to give her a slap. Like, this belongs to me. It is my property and not yours. I have more right than you. You are just by the way. Who are you? By the corner. Stay where you are. You cannot take charge. Don't forget that there will always be competition, no matter what. That's just what it is. So I do not see anything wrong, I repeat again, in what the first wife of Elegushi did at that party. There's nothing wrong, no matter what anybody wants to say. This is his property. This is our property. That's just what it is. Both of them own themselves, notwithstanding what the king did by bringing another woman. And people said, he would have been forgiven if he looked in Yoruba land to get a woman. But you know that we have kings who share different tastes. And as time goes on, people evolve. So probably he evolved to the north of Nigeria. Could be for political reasons. It could be influences from friends. It could be anything. That's just what it is. But more is coming up. More is coming up because this woman is not the kind of woman that will back down. She's not going to bow and back down and allow that woman from the north take over her household, take over her husband, take over just anything. No, it's not possible. If she's going to share, it will be what she wants to give out. It's as simple as that. Do not forget to subscribe and also the red notification icon bell. Please tap on it.